simultaneously celebrating its rich local culture? Well, welcome to this explainer. I'm so excited you're here with us. Today we're diving into the fascinating operational landscape of the Eagle River Valley as of May 5th, 2026. We're going to see firsthand how some pretty intense macro environmental challenges are being met head on by incredible ground level community resilience. Here is our roadmap for today. 1. A historic hydrological emergency. 2. Global shocks, local economics. 3. Stewards of the valley. 4. Celebrating 60 years. And 5. Athletic excellence and culture. Starting right off with Section 1, a historic hydrological emergency. 97%. As of early May, a truly astonishing 97% of Colorado is sitting in a state of moderate to severe drought. And you might be wondering, what's actually driving this? Well, the state just experienced the earliest mid-elevation snowpack meltdown in recorded history as a mountain community navigate a historic 41-year drought, plus massive global economic shocks, all while simultaneously celebrating its rich local culture? Well, welcome to this explainer. I'm so excited you're here with us. Today we're diving into the fascinating operational landscape of the Eagle River Valley as of May 5th, 2026. We're going to see firsthand how some pretty intense macro environmental challenges are being met head on by incredible ground level community resilience. Here is our roadmap for today. 1. A historic hydrological emergency. 2. Global shocks, local economics. 3. Stewards of the valley. 4. Celebrating 60 years. And 5. Athletic excellence and culture. Starting right off with Section 1, a historic hydrological emergency. 97%. As of early May, a truly astonishing 97% of Colorado is sitting in a state of moderate to severe drought. And you might be wondering, what's actually driving this? Well, the state just experienced the earliest mid-elevation snowpack meltdown in recorded history, and that happened way back on March 31st. To put that into perspective, we are looking at snow water equivalent levels in the Colorado River Basin that are literally less than half of their median for this point in the year. It's a 41-year record low snowpack. So how do you respond to a landscape that is primed for early onset wildfires? You have to shift your entire paradigm, right? The state has formally presented its 2026 wildfire preparedness plan, and the absolute crucial takeaway here is the pivot to a year-round strategy. Just relying on seasonal fire crews isn't going to cut it anymore. They are actively deploying advanced tech like the FireGuard program and utilizing multi-mission aircraft. The whole goal is aggressive initial attack, detecting and suppressing those ignitions in these dangerously dry fuels before they can spread like wildfire. Moving on to Section 2, Global Shocks, Local Economics. There is a stark, undeniable contrast between pre-conflict targets and our current reality. Just look at the Argus U.S. Jet Fuel Index. It has absolutely spiked to $4.26 per gallon, which is way up from a pre-conflict target of roughly $2.50. Global jet fuel is pushing past $200 a barrel. And because mountain aviation requires specialized high-altitude aircraft performance, which obviously burns more fuel, carriers like United Airlines are projecting massive fare hikes of 20% just to offset this crisis. Basically, the cost of flying to the mountains this summer is absolutely soaring. Yet even with these global shocks actively threatening the summer tourism season, the Eagle County Regional Airport is actually holding steady. Why is that? Well, it all comes down to strategic investments. The state just secured a grant for over $921,000 for a brand new aircraft rescue firefighting vehicle at the airport. And you know, this isn't just about getting a shiny new fire truck. It's about maintaining incredibly stringent safety standards to protect an airport that serves as a vital gateway to a $68.9 billion statewide economic pipeline. All right, Section 3, Stewards of the Valley. I absolutely love this number, 700. This is such a stark, positive contrast to the heavy environmental news we just covered. This past weekend, roughly 700 local volunteers stepped up for the 26th annual Community Pride Highway Cleanup. Just think about that level of civic engagement for a second. From 4-H clubs to local business teams, hundreds of residents dedicated their own free time to manually pulling debris off the major roadways. And it is amazing to see how this effort has built up over time. In the early years of this event, it was a massive remediation effort, pulling out 50 tons of accumulated trash. 50 tons! Today, it's evolved into a highly sustainable maintenance program, collecting between 10 and 15 tons of litter annually from corridors like I-70 and Highway 6. And this is so absolutely vital right now. With a severe drought, lower water volumes in the Eagle River are incredibly susceptible to contamination from microplastics and roadway runoff. So these volunteers are literally protecting the valley's fragile watershed with their own hands. Section 4, Celebrating 60 Years. The Only Way Down is Up. That is the awesome title of a brand new 4-foot metal interactive sculpture by artist and former pro snowboarder Pat Milbury. Installed right at the Golden Peak base, this piece, affectionately known as the Heart of the Games, features Milbury's signature radiant heart and geometric designs. It's an incredible gift to the town, created through a really cool partnership with Vail Ski Resorts and the GoPro Mountain Games. Now, the crucial point of this installation is what it actually represents. It acts as a bridge between Vail's deep athletic roots and its vibrant cultural future. The artwork directly honors the incredible forward-thinking vision of the town's founders, Pete Seibert and Earl Eaton. By investing in interactive public art right at the base of the mountain, Vail is actively reinforcing modern community cohesion and really setting the tone for its brand identity for the next 60 years. Which brings us to Section 5, Athletic Excellence and Culture. Talk about a culture of high expectations. The Eagle Valley High School boys track team just secured their 4th straight Western Slope League title. I mean, just look at the hard data behind this dominance. Tiago Hortniner completely shattered the school record in the long jump at 23 feet 8.75 inches and tied the all-time high jump record at 6 feet 4 inches. You've also got Hudson Wyatt laying down a blistering 15.62 in the 110-meter hurdles, and that 4x800 relay team clocking an incredible 8 minutes 4.69 seconds. This athletic success totally proves that the pursuit of excellence is woven right into the fabric of the community. And speaking of the fabric of the community, today is May 5th. The Valley is absolutely alive with Cinco de Mayo observances. This offers such a fun, triumphant contrast to the heavy environmental and economic news we started with. In Vail and Avon, the first Tuesday Stamp Up features tequila tastings at local businesses. Over at Maya Modern Mexican Kitchen, they are hosting an all-you-can-eat taco bar, which is capped off with an 8 o'clock p.m. mustache contest, where the winner walks away with a Patron golf bag. Seriously, it is a fantastic testament to the diverse Chicano and Mexican populations that make the Eagle River Valley such a vibrant, wonderful place to live. So, we have covered a lot of ground today. We've looked at everything from 41-year snowpack lows and skyrocketing jet fuel prices to high school track records and amazing community cleanups. And it all leads to this one big question. How does your community balance global challenges with local pride and resilience? Eagle County is proving time and time again that the very best defense against macro-level volatility is a hyper-engaged, deeply connected local community. I really hope this explainer gave you some fantastic insights to take away today. Keep learning, keep asking questions, and I'll see you next time.
Imagine looking up at the mountains in, well, early May. You'd normally expect them to be capped at deep white, right? Oh, hey there, how could we help you?
Testing, testing. What's today's date?
Oh, hey, glad you're tuning in and making sure our safety checks are working.
We hear you loud and clear. Safety is actually a huge part of today's deep dive.
It really is, especially when we were talking about those bare mountain peaks,
Safety in this valley right now means being prepared for anything.
like the traction law or Code 15, which is in permanent effect through May 31.
Right, even if the valley floor looks dry, the pass can be a different story. Hey, yeah, what's up?
Sorry, what's your name and what's today's date?
Great question. I am your host, that friend who loves sharing a good story.
And I am here to provide the context and connect the bigger dots.
As for the calendar, today is Tuesday, May 5, 2026.
It is actually the 125th day of the year.
And on this specific May 5, safety is the number one priority.
Exactly, because as we were saying, conditions on the pass can be unpredictable.
They are even using the quarter test to check tire treads for compliance.
If you cannot stop Washington's Head, you are in trouble.
Safety is the invisible thread connecting everything from road to the airport.
We will even look at a new canine named Goldie hired for explosive detection.
It is all about protecting that world-class reputation Vail is known for.
But back to that visual of the mountains from earlier.
You expect them to be deep white this time of year.
Promising weeks of spring skiing and eventually a rush of river water.
But right now, on this May 5,
The snow is just completely gone already.
it is jarring to see, especially knowing it is only early May.
Because of that, an oil crisis 7,000 miles away is a local problem.
Documentation from today shows a huge stack of municipal memos.
It reveals a community caught in a vice grip of macro level forces.
They are facing these massive compounding threats out of their control.
Our mission is to explore how a mountain community navigates those threats,
We are unpacking a 41-year environmental crisis colliding with economic shocks.
which is a lot for one local government to handle.
But the locals are fighting back with fierce resilience and elite performance.
It is a really fascinating counterattack to look at.
You will see why 700 locals picking up trash matters so much.
I know that sounds like a stretch, but the sources map it out.
Let's start with the physical landscape and that snowpack data.
The Colorado River Basin snowpack is currently under 50% of its median.
Under 50%. That is a terrifying number for May.
Snowtail telemetry recorded a total meltout by March 31.
That is a full month ahead of schedule.
It marks the earliest melt date in recorded history.
So if the snow is gone in March, the ground just bakes.
Exactly. It creates what hydrologists call a severe hydrological deficit.
You mentioned before the forest floor acts like a giant organic sponge.
When it is desiccated, spring rain is instantly absorbed by the dirt.
It soaks it up before it can ever reach the streams.
Right. And right now, 97% of Colorado is in drought.
This fundamentally rewrites all the rules for emergency management and safety.
It does. The 2026 Wildfire Preparedness Plan calls wildfires a year-round challenge.
So the traditional concept of a fire season is just over.
Pretty much. The doctrine has shifted to an initial aggressive attack strategy.
So they are going on the offensive with multi-mission aircraft.
These planes use advanced infrared sensors to hunt for heat signatures.
It is like precision surgery, finding threats before smoke is even visible.
That data is fed instantly into a program called FireGuard.
Okay, let's unpack this. How does FireGuard work?
It overlays heat signatures onto topographic maps and fuel load data.
So it is factoring in the terrain and weather all at once.
Right, it calculates how a steep ravine might funnel the wind.
That is incredible technology for keeping the community safe.
It is. The goal is to clear dead timber before a crown fire.
Why is a crown fire considered the point of no return?
Once flames ignite the canopy, the fire creates its own weather system.
Its own weather system. That sounds like something out of a movie.
It leaps from treetop to treetop, completely bypassing ground crews.
This technology is amazing, but here is where I struggle.
What is on your mind?
If we're at a 41-year low in moisture, spotting it doesn't stop it.
You're right. Predictive modeling only buys you time.
All the software won't stop a fire if everything is too dry.
That is why local human preparedness is the ultimate failsafe.
You can't engineer snow, so they are pushing a digital defense network.
They are aggressively registering locals for EC Alert and Genesis Protect.
And there is Community Connect for structural details for first responders.
Precisely. They arrive with a tactical blueprint of your specific property.
It is about human response on the ground to mitigate water lack.
The entire valley is operating in a state of hypervigilance.
But that vulnerability extends to their economic lifeblood too.
Right, specifically the global economic shock from the Middle East.
Naval blockades around the Strait of Hormuz have bottlenecked global oil.
And we are seeing the effect on the jet fuel index.
It spiked to $4.26 today.
That is an 82% year-over-year increase.
It creates a $4 billion margin squeeze for aviation.
Airlines are projecting fare hikes of 10 to 20%.
Historically, the first things they slash are unprofitable regional routes.
Exactly, they trim the fat where they can.
An airport like Eagle County Regional takes double the gas.
That is because of the thin mountain air.
If gas prices double, that mountain delivery is the first canceled.
For a fly-in resort, losing flights is an absolute collapse.
And that is the existential dread keeping planners awake.
Yet Mennos show the airport is actually holding steady.
How do you convince an airline to keep flying a money-bleeding route?
They are not subsidizing fuel, they are subsidizing operational safety.
Oh, here is where it gets really interesting. Tell me more.
The state approved nearly $1 million for a new fire truck.
So it's essentially an insurance play for the airlines.
By minimizing risk on the ground, the airport stays mathematically viable.
That airport drives a $68 billion statewide economic impact.
So they build a fortress around safely to protect the engine.
This brings us back to the psychological shift in the community.
You mean how they handle things they cannot control?
Exactly. You physically exert control over what is directly in front of you.
Like the 700 volunteers for the community pride cleanup?
They manually remove between 10 to 15 tons of trash.
It seems small compared to a fire, but it matters tremendously.
How does picking up wrappers help a hydrological deficit?
In a normal year, a robust runoff flushes out the riverbeds.
But with the snowpack so low, the river is a creek.
When water volume drops, the concentration of pollutants in it spikes.
because there's not enough water to dilute the toxins.
Right. All that debris on I-70 washes straight into a depleted river.
So removing 15 tons of trash is critical ecological defense.
Every single drop of clean water is exponentially more valuable now.
That grit is a symptom of broader discipline in the valley.
You really see it in how they're training the next generation.
The Eagle Valley High Track team just won their 4th straight title,
Tiago Harudner even set a new school record in the long jump.
over 23 feet. That is elite by any standard.
Elite youth performance is a diagnostic tool for a town's health.
So it is a proxy for how the community holds together.
Exactly. If the social fabric was tearing, you wouldn't see this.
Sports require stability. You cannot win without a stable environment.
These kids have a singular mission despite the macro anxieties.
They are using athletic discipline to build psychological armor.
But that level of discipline is exhausting. They need to celebrate.
And today, the town of Vale is celebrating its 60th anniversary.
They even installed a new sculpture called the Heart of the Games.
The title of the piece is The Only Way Down is Up.
It is a brilliant piece of municipal branding and alpine defiance.
The council is focused on vibrancy, despite a massive budget shortfall.
Square visits dropped 25% last winter. That is huge.
Public art signals that the town is still moving forward.
And today is also Cinco de Mayo, which is foundational here.
They are hosting mustache contests and taco bars in Avon.
It shows resilience is about maintaining joy and cultural identity.
Eagle Valley is architecting a new way to exist on this May 5.
It is a masterclass in countering macro threats with micro actions.
They secure the airport, scrub the watershed, and foster elite discipline.
It is about what you can build when you stop waiting.
Thanks for checking in with us. We love having you in the conversation.
We will see you for the next deep dive. Goodbye.